Yo, what's up, homies? We're back again. Of course we are. I mean, obviously, we're always back, but we have some plans for today, and as you may have guessed by where we're standing, they involve the castle. And in particular, they involve the King's Tower. And in particular with the King's Tower, it involves the King's Tower interior. But it's getting really dark, so I'm gonna go sleep. Because I don't like phantoms, and I'd prefer them to not spawn, because they're awful. But anyways, as I was saying, we're going to get to the interior of the King's Tower today, because it's been long enough, and I've been doing some research, and I think I have a couple ideas that might actually look decent up there, but yeah, we won't know until we get there. So, let's get down to our storage room and see what we can gather that we're gonna need for this build, and then we'll get on up there and get started. All right, I decided to just grab all the shulkers that I've been using, which means there's probably some stuff missing that I'm gonna need, but this is a good start. And I think the first thing we're gonna do is completely tear this bit out. I think I would prefer this to just kind of be like a big open area. Like maybe we'll keep it, you know, to here or so, just so that the porch is like, it's got a little bit of size to it. But yeah, I think we're gonna do that. We're gonna pull this in just a bit so that we got more room in here, and then we're gonna start getting to some decorating. But first, let's tear all this stuff down and figure out where exactly we're gonna make the end of it. Oh, the stupid wall. All right, so we redid that bit. It's much smaller now. We have a lot more room in here, and I've got some kind of cool ideas that I want to try. And I think the porch is still a good size as well. Ooh, it's snowing. But yeah, we didn't really lose too much out here. There's still some room to do some stuff. And yeah, I think we're good to go. And now in here, the first thing I want to do is with the ceiling. I have an idea. I don't know if it's gonna work great, but yeah, let's get to it and find out. All right, so first we need to start with lowering the ceiling, and I think we're gonna start by placing, I can't reach, we're gonna be placing stairs so that it's a little bit of a smoother transition, not just like up here where it's, you know, block to block, but we're gonna do something a little bit easier on the eye. And let's rip around the room real quick and get this all set up. Alrighty, we have lowered the ceiling. We have finished what we wanted to finish. It's a nice clean look with, of course, you know, some cracks here and there. But yeah, now we can get up there and let's get started on our secret little project. Alright, let's get up there and start our little project, which, as you can probably tell from my hotbar, involves a daylight detector, which I could have sworn was called a daylight sensor, but yeah, maybe not. Anyways, so I already put some glass here and up there so that this thing will be wide open and be able to see the daylight. And we're going to use this thing to give the king some automatic ceiling lighting, which comes on at night and goes off when the sun comes back up. I don't know how bright it's going to make the room down here because it's kind of far from the floor, but I think we'll just put some like fairly often and hope that it works. So first off, let's start by placing some, let's see, maybe like in each corner like this. Let's see, what was that? 1, 2 in from the actual corner. So that should work. And then over in this side's going to be a little bit weird because it's not an odd number going across, but nothing we can do about that now. So we got the corners in. Now let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 blocks between them, which, well, that couldn't have gone worse. Now I'm also just discovering that something like this could work. All right, I'm taking this down and I'm going back up and I'm redesigning. All right, so what if we did something a little funky like that? Like maybe it sits below the ceiling, and then there's just like a little bunch of lamps down there, which would then be, let's see, right about here, I believe. Okay, maybe. There we go. Okay, maybe not. Now, is that the right spot? I do actually kind of like that, but I also think we should move it in to there and then get rid of this stuff. All right, so I do like how these things look. Can I fit a couple more in here without looking silly? like right about here for one. And then the other one would be pretty much right here, I'm pretty sure. So I just mocked up a little something something right here, and now I'm wondering, I do like this a lot. So do I try and get that to work? Let's throw some stairs around these things and see how it'll look with a couple of them done. And then we gotta throw the lamps on there, and that'll be 2. And I actually do kind of like that. I am not gonna lie. All right, so they are all installed, and now I guess we have to try and... Oh boy, all right, let's get up there and try and figure this thing out. All right, so I think what we're gonna do first is just place some redstone down, and we're gonna leave it in daylight mode rather than nighttime mode. We're gonna leave it here, and then we're just gonna try and reverse the circuit by doing the whole block and redstone torch thing. And then we're really just running this down and over the redstone lamps, and then hopefully, if this works properly, which Lord knows if that's going to actually work, they should turn on when the sun goes down, and then turn back off when the sun comes back up. So we have it wired, and let's go back down here, and let's just hope that it's going to work. We're going to just stand here and wait for the sun to go down and hope it works. And there we go. They actually work, and it is actually pretty lit up in here, too. What are the light levels looking like? Ooh, it is not bad. We'll have to put, like, you know, some little things here and there, maybe. But, yeah, no mobs are going to spawn. This is... It actually worked. Now, another thing that I was thinking of while I was letting the sun go down is, should I cover these in some pretty trapdoor of sorts? Like, which of the trapdoors has a hole that you can see through that would make these look even better? Is there even such a thing? So I think what I'm going to do now is go and try and gather every single type of trapdoor. And believe me, I cannot believe I just said that. But yeah, that means we have to find a swamp, which I have yet to see. But we're going to attempt to find every single type of tree, make every single type of trapdoor, maybe other than copper, because I don't want to wait for it to weather. But yeah, let's go on a little adventure. All right, we're back from our nice adventure, and first off, let me just tell you, that was a legitimate fun journey. Like, I took the horse and we just went. We just went on a journey, found everything we needed. It, of course, took forever because, obviously, I couldn't find a mangrove swamp, because why would I be able to? But all in all, it was a good time. I didn't go to the Nether because I don't think blue or red trapdoors would look too good up here, but you know, maybe we can experiment with it. I do have some down in my chests. But yeah, the montage, the little adventure montage that we made, it was so much fun, and I think it might be my favorite montage I've made to date. That means better than any time lapse, and better than any build montage, and better than anything else, and I just really like it, so I'm gonna shut up now. Oh yeah, and in case you couldn't tell by me riding my horse rather than flying, and making an adventure montage out of it instead of flying, and, you know, taking forever instead of flying. I've been playing a lot of Red Dead again recently, and yeah, so that's that. Oh, and before we get started on the Trapdoor saga, which should be good. I'm sure I will be nice and indecisive. We do have to go back up here because I made a little bit of a change, and I also realized that I never explained how the Daylight Detector actually works. So let's look at this thing quick. We used to have it set up where the block and the redstone torch was one redstone dust away, which means it had to get down to 0 for these lights to turn on, which essentially means complete darkness. And the way these things work is it measures, whoa, hey, it must be getting dark out. It measures just how much daylight is actually still up there, and when the sun is setting, it gradually decreases. So now, rather than outputting 0, it has to output 6 or less, or well, I guess 5 or less, for the lights to turn on. And with it set up like that, it is essentially like when the sun starts setting in the sky, like maybe up at this angle, maybe even a little bit higher, honestly. But when it's still up in the sky, it will lose its pulse, turning this on, and then all the lights will turn on. So now it's not pitch black inside before, you know, the lights turn on. It's like during sunset, which is a little bit better, I think. See, it's actually still a little bit light out. And now we slept the day away. So let's get into our shulker, where we have all of these woods and all of these trapdoors and also some other stuff. I did take some petals. Oh, I forgot that I have to plug this up. I did take some petals, just, you know, use as a little bit more flowers around the world and whatnot. And then I did take a couple of the sapling stuff from trees that I can't access easily, which is just jungle and mangrove, because they were just so far away. Everything else from here over is pretty close. I mean, we really don't have to even leave, like, sight of the castle, for that matter. Maybe for dark oak. But yeah, then we made everything into some trapdoors, and obviously not these two, we just grabbed from our stash because we use them all the time. But now we're gonna see if any of these look good up on our lights to kind of decorate them just a little bit. So let's see, how many do we need for each one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We need 16 for each, and we somehow managed to make 16 of these 3. That's kind of funny, actually. Hello, it's me from the future. You may have thought to yourself over the last couple seconds, hey, wait, this doesn't take 16 trapdoors, it only takes 12. Well, I'm here to tell you, you are absolutely right, and my brain has failed me once again. But I think what we'll do is just start right here and work right down the line, apparently backwards, but so I guess we'll just start with the cherry. We'll just throw them on here and see if this looks good at all, which I'm kind of guessing it won't. Why did that go up there? Just because it's pink? And I don't know how much pink a king is gonna like, but yeah, that kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. Not a big fan of it. All right, let's try the dark oak, which I forgot you can't see through. Okay, so let's not try the dark oak, and the spruce, and the oak, and birch. Can you see through birch? No. Okay, so so I guess we'll just throw all of this stuff back in here, and it's down to acacia, jungle, mangrove, and bamboo. So let's start with jungle, see if jungle would look any good up here. And I really hate the ones that have the handles on them. I'm really not a fan of that, and I also don't know what color the jungle is because I'm colorblind. So in that case, I'm just gonna take it down. Let's see, that was not jungle, that was acacia. All right, now we're gonna do jungle, and jungle is actually kind of cool, but it has those handles on it again, which I still don't like. I guess we might be able to make it look a little bit better if I do like all the handles facing out, at least. That might be a little bit more doable. All right, so jungle. I actually kind of don't hate jungle. It's definitely a better color than the acacia, but again, I don't know what color the acacia was, which means I don't know what color the jungle is. But yeah, I don't completely hate that one, so let's leave it up there. And then let's try mangrove over here. And mangrove has that nice little porthole on it. I kind of dig that. So let's cover this whole thing up and see how this one's getting on. And I'm actually kind of liking this one too. Ooh, I really like how this one looks. I think we'll leave that one up as well. And then we really just need to try bamboo. So we'll throw some bamboo up here and also on the sides, obviously. And I'm kind of actually liking the bamboo. Do I do like a bamboo style interior for the king? Ooh, this is actually kind of tough. I like all three of these. What am I supposed to do here? I like them all. But I think we kind of can't really decide until we see them with the lights on. So let's just chill out for a little bit and wait for the sun to set, and we'll see when the lights come on. And there we have it. The lights are on, and this is not helping. I still don't know which one to pick. But you could see how the sun is still pretty well in the sky when the lights came on now. But, I still don't know what to do. I'm very much liking the mangrove. I think the jungle is last on my top three, so we're just going to take this one down. Now, the bamboo I still like, but I also don't like how bright it is up on the ceiling, which is why I think I like the mangrove the most. And I also haven't used mangrove wood literally anywhere else, obviously, since I just had to go get it for the first time. So I think my decision is final. We're going with the mangrove. And I think that also means we may use mangrove for like the furnishings and all that sort of stuff as well, and tie it into the light just a little bit. So as for the rest of the interior, we are going to be starting over in this corner because I believe this is where I'm going to put the beds. And I want to try and make one of those bed frames that, you know, has the posts going up to a little like overhang type thing, and see if I can't get that to work. So let's just start by doing a little something like this, and we'll run it right out to there. That works perfectly. And then we got that. We'll enclose it, and that is what I had in mind for the trapdoors. I don't know if I like it, but also we need to do a little something back here. I think we're just going to do like a solid headboard type thing. So let me just strip some logs so that we can decide if that is going to be worth it. And what do these even look like when they're stripped? Ooh, kind of cool. And then I think for the other parts, what if we throw barrels in there? Will barrels look terrible because they're a different color? I don't think they look terrible, but I kind of don't like them also. So I think we're just going to stick with the mangrove wood for this thing and then use those for like some decorations around it, perhaps. And we'll throw some more logs here. And I actually may not strip those. I really like the mangrove logs. Wow. I think we're going to leave that just as is. I don't really know how regal it is for a king, but they're staying, so he's going to have to get used to it. I keep forgetting that I'm the king and I'm the one building this, and I do like it, so that's all that matters. And now the sun is going down, so these lights should be turning on just about any second, and we'll get to see what they look like when they're all on, and boy, am I liking it. It's a pretty good look, I think. But anyways, now I think we'll place like a barrel over here for some storage and, you know, maybe a couple more over on this side. And then I think there needs to be a lantern right there. Actually, hold on. Let me take this stuff down because I did have another idea. And that involves some glowberries. So let me grab these out of here. And some bone meal. And let's try and use these for the lighting. So we need, oh my goodness, I forgot my shears. We could do that there, and then maybe like another one down here. Do that and then that. And that kind of gives a nice ambiance for the king's bed. I do want to do something different with the floor though. I'm not really liking how the floor is. All right, I switched up the floor, and you guys are probably all going to yell at me because I'm using too many different types of wood together, and I'm sure the dark oak doesn't exactly go with the mangrove, but I think they look kind of cool, and maybe that's a perk of being colorblind, but I think we're going to keep this exactly as is. It's just kind of like a nice little corner for the bed. And I get the final say, so it's staying. All right, I did add a few more glowberries, but I also just had a thought, and I don't know if I have what I'm looking for up here. I don't think I do. Luckily, we've got our wool farm for what I am looking for. Oh my goodness. I don't know how this got in there, but holy moly. All right, I think I might have to empty this out shortly, but yeah, we're going to bring some gray, some light gray, and not any white because I don't want a white carpet, but maybe these other two will work for the idea I have in mind. All right, so what I want to do is just kind of remove the stuff around and under the bed and try and just put a carpet in there to break it up even just a little bit more. And of course, who knows if it's going to look good, but we're going to try. So we've got our gray and light gray wool. We're going to try the gray first because I think it's a little bit darker and might blend in with the bed and such a little bit better. And wow, that kind of works as well. Every single time I do something to this little corner, it gets better and better. And I am, oh my goodness. Anyways, as I was saying, and I am very, very happy with how it's coming together. I think we still need a little something for the walls though, and I don't know what to try. What if I just try and throw some more, trapdoors over here? And I kind of don't hate that actually, so let's try it over here as well. And I think we're just gonna keep that. I'm just like adding stuff and I'm liking it. I don't really know why. All right, so the corner bed I think has come together pretty nicely, and I think we're gonna leave it just as is for now. Actually, what if we take these out so that we actually have the window there? Should we do that? I do like that. Okay, we might have to do that. But what we are going to do is make those 6-sided stripped log things. So now we just need 2 like that, and we're gonna leave that exactly as is, or do we do that? Oh, this is tough. All right, let me take those out and go make some of the other stuff. And let's see what the other unstripped logs look like. And oh my, I am just really loving these logs. I can't really tell you why, but they're kind of cool. So I think, yeah, we're going to keep that just like that. I do have one more idea. I've had these blue orchids forever and I haven't decided what to do with them. So they're going right in there, and boy, does that look pretty. Okay, one more thing. I think we need to green it up just a little bit. All right, I think we are officially done with the King's Corner, and we did a little bit extra down here at the foot of the bed. We kind of like filled out the frame, I guess you could call it. And yeah, now we got some candles down here and some more of this beautiful wood, which I'm quickly falling in love with. And yeah, that's pretty much the extent of the bed corner that we got going on here. So now we just got to worry about the rest of the room. I think in order to do that, we're just going to cruise right through it. So let's go! So let's get a look at this place. And for starters, at the top of the stairs, we've got our storage area, I guess you could call it, where the king may take off his crown and the rest of his armor and leave it over here for the rest of the night. And then we come in just a bit further and we've got our, I guess we'll call this the dinner table. I don't really know what else we would call it, but it's right next to one of our two fireplaces, our fireply. And we could have some exciting feasts at this table with the whole, well, not the whole, there's only 7 chairs, but the part of the royal family. And luckily for them, the kitchen is right next to it, which we have a little secret up top that we haven't gotten to in the time lapse, but this is our simple little royal kitchen. We've got some storage over here, and this is just a kind of a little carpet idea I came up with. I was going to put actual carpet underneath it, but I figured that might be a little too much for a kitchen, so this is just like a throw rug, I guess you'd call it. But yeah, we've got our stoves going hard right now, cooking up nothing. Yeah, just some, some utensils. I used my only trident to simulate a fork and a spoon sitting over there on the counter. And then some shears that are just there doing something, I don't know. But anyways, up here, we've got a secret little sitting area. We've got a table and, some glowberries for light and a nice little bench over here. So this is kind of just like the chill loft above the kitchen. You could see the whole king's area. And yeah, I think he would really like it because it's me, I'm the king, and I really like it. So then we venture out of the kitchen, and of course we have our beautiful bed over here, which I'm gonna be honest, I wish this was my bed. It's a very cozy bed over here, I think. And then just outside the foot of the bed, we've got a small little, I guess you could call it a living room area. It's kind of just a carpet with a little coffee table and a couple couches next to our second fireplace. And just behind here is a little desk that I placed here just to fill some space. So, don't mind that. And here I kind of ran out of ideas for the time being. So this is just our garden, our king's garden. Wow. But no, maybe we'll do something with this. And then this big area right here, I didn't quite know what to do with either. So we may come back up here if we think of something and do these 2 spots a little bit differently. I haven't really thought of anything though, so maybe not. The lights are on because the sun's going down, and our last spot, we've got the king's study right here. Bookcases full of books and, just some stuff on the walls. Maybe this is like his contract he had to sign to become a king, or is that even how it works? I mean, just tell me to shut up. I'm yapping now. But yeah, this is our little study. Got a nice desk. I actually forgot to put another trapdoor right there. Whoops. Nobody will notice that though, because, I haven't pointed it out to anyone, so that's good. And yeah, that's not the end of it, but I am gonna sleep. Here I am thinking I was getting off scot-free, but no, we've got a porch out here. We've got a small, I don't really know what you would call this, but this is going to be, this is the king's vibe lounge. He can just come out here with a couple buddies, have some mead around the fire or whatever the heck they drink to get drunk. Actually, I think that would be wine from the amount of Game of Thrones that I've watched. They like their wine, but yeah, more yapping. And then, of course, outside the other door is just another little seating area. Got a couple benches out here, but, I figured we didn't want to clog this up because what if he's got to come out here to give a little speech to all of his wonderful people down below? It's just me. I have no people. I'm lonely. I have no friends. I do want to find a server to play on, actually. I really do miss interacting with people. It's so much more fun. But that is just about the extent of the king's chambers. I didn't, point out the greenery and the glowberries up there, but I mean, this is me we're talking about, so, there's going to be green. And yeah, that is, that's pretty much it. I didn't do anything else because I ran out of time, got caught up doing some home improvement work, and I ran out of time. So that's what you got to deal with. But that's about it for today. I love you. Bye.